This meeting is being recorded.
Good morning and welcome to today's meditation. It is November 13th, 2024, and I'm here in North America in Olympia. I know that a lot of people around the world watch this because I have a wonderful social media person who puts it out there. And I'd love for you to make a comment and subscribe and tell me where you're from and what you're interested in, because I love to come and say something that has value for people, and I know it's resonant. So if you're watching this, we're on the same team, and reach out and let me know what your thoughts are or what your needs are or what's bugging you. Right. Okay. So I'm picking a card for today. Many of you know I made this beautiful Divine Alchemy deck. And oh my goodness, global transition. Finding your place in the divine plan in the global transition. Well, this is a good topic and it's pretty much where I was headed today. Let's begin by taking a nice deep breath and remembering that if the bumps are small or huge, seem like unsurmountable boulders or even mountains in our life, that's part of our journey, your individual journey, and the collective is taking a major journey now. It's almost like we've gone out on I didn't want to say Titanic. We've gone out on a big ship, all of us together. And it's small quarters on a ship. We're getting to know each other. We're getting to see what our likes, what our dislikes are. So to keep a harmonious ship and not have it go down with mutiny, we're being called to be our higher selves now. So finding your place in the divine plan. I am seeing and knowing my unique role in the divine plan. I honor my vibrational presence and grow into the truth of my presence to help transform the planetary form. I acknowledge my courage to move ahead with my intuition and guidance to formulate the needed movements through my work. My role is equally important to all other light workers, and I delight in my role. So the affirmation is, and I'll say a part, and you can say it back in your head because I see that everybody's muted. I honor my role in the divine plan and follow my inner guidance to bring the vibrational changes here as directed. I love that part, as directed. When I first really started, we're always on our spiritual journey, but when after my divorce, and I was kind of shaken of, who am I? What am I doing here? This fellow, Peter, he'd come over from England and I'd have these appointments with him and he would just laugh at me and say, you really don't know why you're here. I said, no, but I'm using my will. And he said, you don't get it. You have to follow spirit, and you can fight all you want. You can get yourself into all sorts of, I call them cul-de-sacs, instead of staying on that golden highway for what it's yours to do, what you were born to do, what your gifts prepare you to do. You can listen to everybody else. You can watch a million YouTubes with successive, persuasive, overwhelmingly, seemingly truthful essence, start to live that life, as a lot of people have done, have been co-opted by social media in all sorts of realms and bubbles. Or you can stand in between the bubbles and have your own bright bubble and have your own direct truth. So this brings the question, is the absolute truth the same for all beings? Well, I often say people are only able to accept and integrate absolute truth at a certain level, because most everything that we have created in our life, from the food we buy, that we give ourselves permission to put in our body, the cars we drive that take gasoline, come on, we have better technology. We know better. So when we say absolute truth, it is different for different people. Oh, this is healthy because it says enriched with vitamins. So we're at the point we're just saying that's their bubble. That's their level of awareness. They're doing the best they can. And if they're insecure about it, they're going to fight you. They're going to fight you if you say, well, actually, spring water is better than toxic fluorinated, chlorinated water by special interests within our government. So truth, if we're in our own bubble of truth, is our truth actually true? Well, how about this? It's true for you in this moment, for this step on your personal path. So does that say that there's no one absolute best truth? Well, maybe truth, we tease it away from, is this the best way for now? See the difference? There is an absolute truth. And the truth is the absolute alignment with divine particles of perfection, inner flowing, organic, the way the earth was before people came and interfered with thinking. There is absolute truth. There are multi-universes that work on absolute, pure God consciousness, harm to none, good for all truth. But we are so far from that now that we have stair-stepped and gradated the levels of truth that we can safely and are willing and able to receive and digest. So what is your truth? Because that's going to be your guidance for your place in the divine plan. Well, let's just say, if we are here to change this consensus reality, and people are vibrating, percolating, and going to 1,000 different churches and many different communities, and all the flavors, all the ways that fear has infected homes, community relationships, and churches into being dominating patriarchal features. And I'm just not even going into our authority figures in government. But if there are so many shades of the truth, that perhaps your job with the light worker is to stay light and to stay open and diaphanous to receive and listen to all that we meet, so that we meet them at their level of truth while acknowledging there is an absolute divine alignment potential as all the various lines of mistruths are fraying themselves because they don't have the long-term sustainability that dovetails with the divine plan for Earth. The divine plan for Earth is for all forms of fear to evaporate, disintegrate, compose, be washed away, burned, earthquaked away, out of existence, to compost people, places, and things out of divine alignment in their own timeline will disintegrate. So your role again is, while people are having their bubbles of like-minded people living out those realities, some are sustainable and some aren't. The ones that are sustainable use life-giving, scientifically based principles guided by higher order and divine spirit, okay? So your job right now is, and I say this in many different ways every single week, is to benevolently and compassionately, with discernment, not integrate with or embody the 3D as the different bubbles are forming, but to be a bubble of truth and light, discernment for the transition time. The transition time is accelerated, and we are so close to actually having, it's like salad dressing, oil and water and vinegar of, right now it's mixed up, all those bubbles, and pretty soon things are going to relax, and we're going to end up with different levels of vibrational reality that are organically settled into like-minded souls. Okay? Say if this is the vibration of God, and this is the vibration of people duking it out, arguing, domination, price gouging, all the different ways that man can be selfish and hurt his fellow man, versus a new layer of reality of truth, beauty, love, goodness, people who have mastered a lot of the divine principles. So right now we have everybody mixed up. So we've noticed in the last 4 years in this election cycle that we've had many predatory forces coming up and giving stories and information to good-hearted people that this is the light and the way. Oh, and they name themselves all sorts of things. The light workers for the future, and they say things, but then they have the choices available for these outcomes are curated, and that's where the manipulation comes in. So we're getting too smart for that. Everything's being revealed. The intentionality of all those who are here to dominate from time. I said the same thing last week, and I couldn't find the word immortal, time memorial, whatever the word is, of the dominating forces, the big black octopus that has come in through government, religion, into people, in all sorts of shadows and forms and entities and interference. It's all interference with true human sovereignty. So this bottom level, and it's not good or bad because every soul had a choice, is going to begin to just live with their peeps, with their tribe at a certain level. Levels, levels, levels. Okay, we have me entering the waiting room, new person. Okay, so it's vibrational. So when we just say defining our unique gift, when we define our unique gift and we do what we love to do and what we're good at, what our journey has been, we go into very high vibration. And I do these meditations every week to help us do what? Go into our high vibration and go into a beautiful bubble, a golden bubble of light, and keep choosing aligning, discerning, truthful thoughts so that we can radiate out something among all the bouncing bubbles right now and be somewhat of an anchoring force, So I want to go back to this image again of where we are residing now. I've said many times that where you want to be is where you want to put your mind, okay? So rather than watching TV or social media with people arguing or being drawn in, kind of curate your news so that you're getting the snippets of the important things and talk to people you trust, but try to stay with the people in the places doing the things and having the conversations of how you want to live and where you want to go, and put your focus there. Put your focus there while you're simultaneously this beautiful, beautiful, resilient, high vibrational being that, because you are here in service as a transition agent, you are bringing your unique gifts in. So anyone at any level, in any bubble, can find you, can see your artwork, can wait for you to come and step into their community, and they see you and they resonate and they know that you're bringing them information for their soul. So if you're listening to me, I often say, a lot I can't even say because it's wordless, that you are here holding the mantle of service for mankind to lift its vibration and live on the earth in a way that is sustainable and allows humans to even remain living on earth. So we're here to keep on peeling our unique gifts and expand our light and our confidence in our role as leaders doing what we love to do. And again, it doesn't have to be doing a YouTube like this, trying to say words that are inspirational even when you're tired. You could be a painter. You could play a crystal ball and think good thoughts. The main thing, it's not so much what you do, but it's the energy field that you hold because it radiates out. So, transition agent. Well, transition means that something is going to go from here to here. And do you think, ask yourself, will I be a transition agent until my last breath, till I'm finished at this lifetime? Or will some big transition have occurred? Will the oil and water and the changing of the guards? Sometimes people say that there will be a massive energetic shift, maybe a solar flare, who knows what, where there will be darkness for 3 days. And when we wake up, guess what? Other bubbles won't be visible, only the bubble that we have focused on and worked with and co-created, the people we want to live with, doing the things we love to do. And one of my spiritual teachers said it will be almost as if you could walk into a town and only some buildings exist or parks, and all the other houses you can't see because you have raised into a new vibration, the fifth dimension, and certain homes that were lived in and embodied the fear and the energy, not so sacred fields. Maybe they were mean to each other. Maybe there's a lot of toxic chemicals that they won't even be visible. Also, some of your own family or loved one, depends on how quick the switch happens, will be out of your radar. Unreachable, unseeable, they have chosen, they will be in their own worlds. And when you're deep in meditation, you'll know who those family members are that have made their choices, not good or bad, but this is free will. We're accelerating. We are holding this light of discerning the best truth we can bring for how people can hear it and see it at this time, making ourselves available as tools to help other people raise their vibration. But people can choose any level, and there will be multiple realities. They're called parallel realities. So you are an expanded consciousness, divine soul, visiting Earth, remembering that you know how to create and hold a very high vibration. And on some level, you get to choose which gifts that you use by what you like to do, and that's service enough. That's service enough. You don't have to go to the United Nations. That's a creation of man. Your church, your ministry, all begins here. It's sorting and holding. You are the church. You are the shining star. You are the tide that washes and heals and gives new pulse and rhythms. Everything is coming from your heart choosing to assist people for light on their path, and you're doing it by becoming greater light yourself. Okay, so that's the reason why. Now we're going to drop into a meditation and become more light. As I said that, I could see little shooting stars coming out of my heart. The more that you can feel, the more real it is. Believe me, these very simple walk-through exercises we can prove. How? Through auric imaging. I could show you how you would change from a certain color pattern of just thinking, sitting, distraction, versus glowing and centered, complete different electromagnetic field, which now we can discern and add different numerical relative numbers to for what frequency field that you're holding. If you're over 732 hertz, boop, pop through this consensus reality. So let's make an intention for today's meditation that our gifts craft a life of meaning and service, doing what we love. And we will have a high vibration. So there we go. So sounds good. We're going to drop in now. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We simply put ourselves in a beautiful geometric structure that is full of grace. We remove even our own thoughts, issues, ideas, and the rest of the world gone. We are free. We are sensing and feeling the infinite, immense light of our beingness. And just take a breath into it and let your heart begin to send these little sparks, ignition, spark plugs of light from your heart, going through all of your tissues and down into the micro, your cellular, in and out flux, purifying and clearing. We are detoxing so you can hold more light, more subtle energies, more truth, more knowing. Be an anchor of safety and light for yourself and others. So we're doing it the minute macro level, the atomic level now. Let there be light in my body now. Just take a breath. There's nothing you have to do because we're asking for it and we're allowing it. And if we had auric images right now, you would see a light show. Beautiful. We're going to make it even brighter. Okay, sit up nice and straight, or if you're lying down, make your backbone nice and straight because it receives the frequencies like a harp, the music of the universe. So we ask and intend that our body and our neurological system come to the still point now. And that our spine is a harp, a beautiful harp. And that every nerve is perfectly tuned to the source, music, harmony of all that is life-giving, life-loving, and there are no bound energies, no restrictions. Allow this to flow in and out of your spine, the little foramen holes there. Everything is opening, balancing, and healing in your nervous system now. We are preparing ourselves to receive a new song, for each of us it'll be different. For some of us, a ballad, a lullaby, a love song, a fugue, a symphony, a yo-yo ma cello sonata. Cello sonata. Is it cello sonata? Who knows? So let's take a deep breath and in wonderment and trust and receivership, the great calliope in the sky, our Creator, has sent down, I'm seeing a piano roll. Those are piano rolls. and it has your name on it. This is your new song. And because your body, when you got up today, was not the same body it was yesterday or ever before or in any incarnation, this is today's song for November 13th, 2024, 1 week after the presidential election, going into winter, into the holidays. And you are 1 year older than you were last year. So everything is new and fresh, and you are a harp awaiting for your golden scroll of, piano player roles. This is a harp player role. How funny. The guides are really in a fun mood today. Okay, so an angel, a scribe, Hermes, is flown down and is hovering over your head. Oh, so beautiful, these big wings, the big smile, and handing you your new blueprint, your frequency blueprint, the new coloration frequency bath, the new music for your heart and soul to really sing, to really have the precise tonality, the precision of pure fractalized light. Like when you have a little prism and you focus and then you get that rainbow with those colors coming out so strong, they just are so saturating and pure and beautiful. That is all embedded in this scroll. So it's your choice. Allow yourself to bring that scroll and let it melt into your heart. Now, take a deep breath. Don't worry, it knows what to do. It's inserting itself into your geomantic, interesting word, electromagnetic frequency field. And it is plugging in like a switchboard into your nervous system. And this beautiful heavenly music that is created in a recipe for your body, your soul, November 13th, for who you are, plugs in your gifts, what makes you happy, what makes you committed, what makes you believable, what puts you on the radar to confused people with sleeping consciousness. That's what this new song is in spades. We are upping your frequency field blueprint from birth, from what you were slated of the ultimate coherent frequency field, is now coming into form. Absolute structural form. And it's moving through your body. And it really is an amazing geometric structure, moving, articulating. The beautiful joints are flowing, and everything is rhythmic and musical. And it truly, I'm seeing each of us has our own symphony, which won't be everybody's music, but there are so many people out there in the world. Their heart has longed for your music. Your potential romantic beloved partner is waiting for your song to come on board, to be loaded into the system. Do you see how this all works? The system is calling and needing you. We are rebooting the computer system of humanity's consciousness, and you are the new system. You're the upgraded software of a heavenly nature that is just coming in. Do you see how the dark can never win? Because we have all of the multi-universes and the sources. All we need to do is give it our volition and fire and allowance. So let it begin to drift through your body and feel the divine, delicious, effusive embodiment of the pure music of your beingness in your highest joy and frequency now. Whew. Oh boy, that did it. Okay, now it's filled my head, my shoulders, my torso. Make sure that this song, you know how you have computers or different things and there's a little snap it into place? We're snapping that scroll into place. Why? So if things get bumpy, if we're out there on the big ship with humanity on the seas rolling, our song's going to stay in our heart because we snapped it in. We didn't screw it in like all those things that come from foreign countries. You have to get a minuscule, tiny little screwdriver to put a battery in it to snap those batteries in. No, we have a very firm clamp. Make your own clamp, but you get what I'm saying. It's just easy, it's right, and it holds your scroll in place. Mine is a beautiful 2 golden spring clamps that are holding it, that will only open if my mind puts my thumbs there and pulls it back. It is done, it is done, it is done. So that was the work of today. I never know what's going to happen. I just show up. Okay. So this was pulled Mission and Work. It's actually my sister Martha, who, interestingly enough, I'll say it's an example. When she was little, we called her Martha Music, so we already knew what she was born to do. She didn't have to do it. She could have played other instruments, but she's played with stringed instruments, guitar and harp and violin. And the violin is different. Stringed instruments, you can't just pluck the piano and there's the note. No, you have to hear the note from heaven. You have to hear it and align with the note and let it through and become it. All your volition is hearing and moving and sounding that note in. That's kind of like your body right now, hearing that message, hearing this, letting that music emit and becoming it, the word and sound and frequency of the Creator's music for you, uniquely through you. You sound it, you hear it, and become it, and put it out there. So little Martha Music, I mean, she was awful at first. Na, 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 na. Then she got degrees in music. She got degrees in Montessori, how to teach children. Then she became a supervisor for a whole group of schools, the string specialist. First, she became a star in Japan, playing with 𝐀𝐁𝐎𝐓, I can't say the word, and played all around. And she was a famous, beautiful redhead in a Japanese pop band, and she played in orchestras and first seat. Well, she switched to viola, easier to get a first seat, but she played the most difficult music in the world and played it well and in top audiences. And then she was an adjudicator for Phoenix Youth Orchestra and conductor. She was a conductor, and now she changed her tune. She plays old-time fiddling because it fits where she lives and who she is. And she is the state champion for Oregon. So when I said, how can I represent mission and work, defining our unique gift, she has played all different parts of it and is still playing at 65, unbelievably, beautifully, and humbly too. The first thing she does when she picks it up is, well, may not sound good. I may not be in good form today. And then heaven comes out. And I asked her one day, I go, Martha, I go, you're not a real extroverted person, but you play in all these competitions. She says, you don't get it. She says, I stand on that stage and I'm the real me. She says, heaven plays through me. So what is wanting to play through you? Get on that stage, or just imagine that whatever it is, that's heaven's stage and you're just merely playing the part. And that's when you forget yourself. You're in what's called the artist zone. And it's definitely in the 1000 hertz zone. When you forget time, you forget space, you forget your own personality and foibles. That's what we're talking about today with defining your unique gift, because this is about intentional alchemy, mission, and work. The cards are in different sections, and there's a whole section of cards, and this one is about defining your unique gift. So as we finish this meditation today, remember, put your golden resilient bubble. Okay. Just, we are separate beings. Okay. We are. We can't merge with everybody all the time. It's exhausting. You have your own unique messaging system that needs to stay intact. So here's the affirmation. I'm going to say it, and you can say it after me. And I think one person might not be muted, but I don't know. Just say it however you want, inside or outside. My gifts craft a life. My gifts craft a life of meaning and service, of meaning and service. Doing what I love, doing what I love. Yeah, I love that word, I, because it's the royal I, what God and I love creating together here. It's not selfish to take care of yourself and do what you love. It's the best thing you can do for all your beloveds, actually. So that's the end of today's meditation. That part was recorded. I'm going to press stop, and we can say hello to who's here, have a little community conversation. Thanks for joining me. I am Jan Jorgensen at Sound and Light healingarts.com, and this is the Be the Light meditation, free every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. And thanks for joining.